All right, what's going on, guys? Back at it with another video for today's FanDuel Main Slate. Let me hear what you have to say.
Uh, Kind of a mistake on my part, to be honest, for yesterday. We s- we game stacked one of the highest games on the day, between Houston and Texas, and of course, I don't know what I was thinking. I left Yordi out of the Houston stack, and he could have easily carried us by himself to cashing. Um, just the way the lineup ended up being built, it was Tucker, Bregman, Abreu, who's dust. I don't know why I keep playing him. Uh, It was Chas McCormick. He had the bases loaded one time. I thought for sure we get something from that. Didn't work out. And then from the Texas side, Seager was okay. Simeon was okay. The Houston pitcher that subbed in for who was it on deck yesterday? Was it Framber or
Yeah,
yeah?
Framber was supposed to get the start and got scratched.
So the kid that came in never really stood a chance. He got blown up and taken out in the first inning. So we were looking pretty good, and then Morton had I think two outs in the fifth, gave up a 3-run nuke to Nemo, and then he tried to go six, uh, and got pulled at like 105 pitches. Just was not his day. I thought at 5% ownership in some of the single entry contests, that was a pretty good play, but just didn't work out. So looking forward to today. A lot of the top end pitching looks pretty good, but I mean, it looks like another spot where you maybe want to get some Arizona bats, even though they let down people yesterday.
Yeah, that was rough. We had multiple over under 8.5 left on bases. You'd probably take the over, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm,
Like it
for
was
sure.
if what's his name? If Jordan actually, or I shouldn't say that, if Morton actually had like a solid game and not walk five guys, that
Yeah,
could have
that's
changed
what was
everything.
killing him. The walks were bad, especially at the end of innings, like two outs. He kept walking a couple guys, and then just increased his pitch count. That's what killed him. And then the Nemo bomb sent him over the edge, lost the win and the quality start. So he's pretty much on his way to like high 30s, maybe just at 40, which I think the highest scoring pitcher yesterday was like 40 from like Tyler Anderson, who was I thought was a pretty bad play. He only had three Ks and he still got there. Um, it is what it is.
Let's move on to today's slate before I break my laptop. All right, just gonna go over pitchers really quick. This is what Stochastic has. It's labeled by the top pitching percentage, and then you obviously see the value, ownership, leverage here. So we got Wheeler, Glasnow, Rodon, Eovaldi, Kyle Harrison, Cole Reagans, Musgrove, Savali. I'm not gonna go through the whole list, but you can rate it here. So what's standing out to you at the moment?
I was kind of surprised to see Rodon that high, considering he hasn't been good in forever. Um, Top five guys wrote down Wheeler, Eovaldi, Savale, Glasnow, Musgrove, and my favorite two are probably Eovaldi, even though he's 9.6 on FanDuel, he's 8.6 on DraftKings, probably a better player over there. But Musgrove is $300 discount compared to his DraftKings price. And favorable matchup, I would say. I mean, the Cubs have been on fire, but they got to come back down to earth eventually. I feel like. I mean,
We're not talking about the Cubs. I bet on them yesterday and I posted in the fan bases. They were up 8-0 and they fucking lost.
yeah, that was a tough watch. The Reds almost sold an 8-0 lead as well, but Ellie DeGoat came through with the two homers.
The
That was
less
pretty cool to see.
better De La Cruz had a great day.
Yeah,
Adam tweeted that yesterday and I started laughing.
yeah. That's pretty much it. I mean, if you want to pay up, I get it. Wheeler's in a pretty good spot. Cardinals pretty much did absolutely nothing against Turnbull yesterday, so I can see more of the same. The offense looks pretty abysmal. Then I would go Eovaldi in the mid range, and then Musgrove is more of a pay down, low eights option. I don't think I would go like below the 8Ks today just because the pitching arms are pretty good.
Yeah, I don't have much to add. I just remember a lot last season we would play Rodon and he would do nothing. He would struggle to get to 18 fantasy points, but he was always like a pay down option. He was always a pay down option to get the better bats, but it's just crazy to see that he's getting 14% right now. I didn't like
Yeah,
it
I
to
just
begin with, but
I don't see that holding. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to me.
it's against Miami, who I think they've only won one or two games, so I like sort of understand, but Glasnow's always in play, Wheeler's always in play. Thing I find funny though is Wheeler is 10-6 getting 8% ownership and Glasnow 600 cheaper getting 13%, so
Yeah, I mean,
Musgrove.
I do need to look at the run lines real quick just to see if Rodon's like a heavy favorite. Yeah, they're minus 200. So like if you want to get the win bonus or like leaning on that, I guess I get it. Let's see what the other lines look like. Atlanta's minus 200. Glasnow's minus 200. Evaldi's minus 200. And Musgrove's minus 140. So I guess if you're leaning on the win and maybe Rodon stays out of trouble, sure, but I want to bank on that.
Yeah, I mean, I would go Musgrove, Glasnow, Wheeler, Eovaldi, Savali. If you're playing multiple lineups, you want to get someone a little different. I mean, Merrill Kelly is projected for 0.5% ownership. So, I mean, that's just annoying to an extent because it's at cores. Like, Galen had a somewhat solid performance, but it was at core, so everyone's hitting home runs and just smashing the ball. And that's obviously why they're getting that low of ownership, but that's about it for me for pitchers. You got anything else?
No, not really.
Okay. So let's just talk about stacks really quick and we'll incorporate that into bits. Right now, the top stacks have it as, to no surprise, Arizona, Atlanta, Dodgers, Texas, Colorado, Yankees, Houston, Tampa, San Fran, Angels. Do you want to just go through some bats and we can talk more about stacks? What do you think?
Yeah, you can just pull up the FanDuel site.
My laptop wants to work. There we go.
So the Arizona Bats, I assume, are going to be mega owned again, especially in single entry yesterday. The $25 Walker, Marte, and maybe Carroll were all like 30 plus percent. I can see that happening again. My favorite Arizona Bats probably
Yeah, for sure.
Gurriel, but it's pretty close between him and Walker just for the upside and home run upside. I mean, Carroll can get the stolen bags for sure, but
Well, by the basket.
other than that, I mean, the highest run Sims like projected on Ballpark Pal has San Diego at 5, San Fran at 4.7, Rays at 4.9. The offense just doesn't look that great outside of Arizona. Maybe you can go to Colorado on the other side of that game. I love going to right back to Nolan Jones and Ryan McMahon. They did pretty well yesterday. I saw Gallen was struggling like the third or fourth inning, gave up like four singles in a row, and that's when they got it going. And I think Charlie Blackmon hit a triple and a homer, something crazy out of his bag. But I don't mind them either. What about you?
The one thing that I thought was kind of interesting, I mean, the Dodgers against Louis Varland, Phillies against St. Louis. Who's pitching for St. Louis? He usually says it over here somewhere.
Sonny Gray, I think.
Yeah,
Or
you're
is
right.
that
Um, hmm. I know the
Oh, that's what Ballpark Pal says, but it doesn't have one listed on FanDuel, so I'm not sure who it is actually.
no. Yeah, I was kind of looking. I'll just pull this up really quick. Um, Tampa was kind of interesting. They're middle of the pack. The leverage is, wait, is it leverage? Yeah, leverage isn't there, but Patrick Sandoval's crap. Josiah Gray had a bad first outing. Um, Philly against Sonny Gray. Philly just hasn't looked good, but they kind of need to do something. Yankees against Puck doesn't look too terrible, and you said they're like minus 200, but I would mainly focus Tampa, or maybe even San Fran and up. Those would be the stacks to like kind of look into. Obviously, do your 4-3-1 or 4-2-2 crap, but pick from those teams.
Yeah, the lineups that won last night were insane up top. They're all like 2-2-1-1-1-1s, like crazy nonsense.
We're the idiots
So,
that pay for stuff and we double our money. These guys are just pressing random buttons and winning 100K plus.
yeah, pretty much.
So anyone from first base standing out?
Yeah, I mean, all the Arizona bats on Ballpark Power checked pretty much the best at each position. So, like, Chris Walker looks good at first.
Here,
Matt
let's
Olson's
pull
always
up.
in play.
Let's just pull up Diamondbacks just to see all
Yeah,
their prices. Pretty much the same.
it's steep. So, like, if you want to play some D-backs, you're probably going to end up paying for like Musgrove and the AKs just to be able to fit them and not pay for like 2K, John Berties of the world. But uh, I get it. I think that's probably where my first build would go, but it also is probably very chalky, so I don't know what I would do to make that different in terms of like secondary stacks or where Musgrove's ownership ends up being.
Yeah, there's not much that really stands out at center or first. I'm trying to like even see if there's some cheap options. I'm not really seeing much. Real Muto, I mean, he's got that power. Yeah, that's about it, if I'm being honest.
Josh Bell looked good on the home run percentages.
Switch hitting upside. I guess you
Let's
can
see who
go
else is popping for home
Paredes or
runs.
Yandy Diaz against the Angels. I don't mind those. Those are kind of big price tags, but definitely not bad.
Is Nolan Jones still like 3-3?
Huh?
Is Nolan Jones still like 3-3?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that average.
Yeah, he's not good so far, but he has third highest home run odds on Ballpark Pal, so he looks okay.
Let's talk about the forbidden second base.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it to be honest. I hate second base. Second base and short always just screw me. Simeon, he's still not priced where he should be, to be honest. Um, don't want Gorman, I don't think. Arias has been so bad to start year. What happened to him? Jorge Polanco is always in play for me. That guy just always pulls through for some reason. Definitely wouldn't go that far. That's just gross. Davin Lux territory. Is that what I just saw?
Hmm?
Nothing. Just you're good.
Second base is always bad. I mean, you're either paying up for, McMahon and up or even Morale and up, or you're just taking a shot at Drury or something and just
hmm
hoping that, you know, he's like half a percent owned and hits a home run for some reason. This is where it gets fun. I hate this man so much.
Yeah, I mean Suarez is fine. Morel's been hot. Machado's pretty good price. I like Muncy. He's got pretty good home run odds. Uh, did Kim go yard yesterday, or did he just have a couple RBIs?
I think he just
I
had a
thought I saw.
couple RBIs.
Yeah, I thought I saw him score something. Uh, Bregman finally did something yesterday. Woohoo!
And he still lost. Yeah, there's not
Um,
much else down here. Who are the Nationals facing pitching today? Or who are the Giants? I like Chapman at that price just because he's got a bunch of power. All it
mhm.
takes is a big swing. Paredes,
He's playing
sure.
Josiah Gray, who's a fly ball guy, so that makes sense.
Yeah, Muncy looks good. Morale's always hot. Jake Berger, always. That actually
That
might.
offense is just so bad that it's hard for him to put up that high of a score unless he like double dongs because no one is
Right.
getting on base.
I don't know,
But
man.
it
It's
is
hard to put him
Rodon,
down.
so if you yeah if you think Rodon gets blown up again, I get it.
Shortstop.
Short is like loaded with fantasy score upside. I just never pick the right guy because a lot of these guys take bags and have power. Volpe's been really good. Like compared to last year, it was quite the jump.
417. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's been raking.
Yeah, he hit one yesterday. He hit a nuke.
I think JP Crawford went yard yesterday too.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's not looking too promising. The bottom short's more of like 3K up for me, but I don't think I'd pay Pena at that price. Strada's okay,
Estrada is
but
obviously pay down, get better outfielders. Let's go to outfield.
this is where it gets tricky because Acuna is probably gonna be like 20% again, like he is every slate. I mean, as you should be, but up here, all these guys can get you 40, like literally all of them.
Look at Otani recently.
He's been good.
And freaking Acuna is 200 more.
Yordi's been the hottest hitter in the last like week. He's been insane. I wouldn't mind going back to him. I like Gurriel, like I said earlier. Uh, Soto's been very, very good. Don't know if I really want to get to Schwarber today. Let's see what the home runs are saying. Yeah, he's all right. He's plus like 440 projected on Ballpark Cow, so he's all right. Taylor Ward was popping a little bit. Charlie Blackmon's okay if you're playing Colorado together. Tucker's a little cheap for what he is. I was surprised to see Michael Harris was pretty high on yesterday. I don't know if that's because he was bumped up to the 6 hole or what, but he did pretty well. Mm, Stan's finally picked it up a little bit. He was
On
really bad for the
Sundays,
first week.
on Sunday slate, I had him in my lineup, and then I went a little different, and he hit a grand slam.
Yeah, it's tough. Lane Thomas has been playing well.
He's been stealing some bags, I've noticed. Has there been a tragedy this morning?
Not to my knowledge.
Skip.
MJ Melendez has been playing well.
Yeah. Soler and
Soler
Chapman.
is cheap for what he can do for you, but
Exactly. And
it's just such a bad park that I mean it's an appropriate tag now that he's not playing in Miami.
I don't mind if you're doing like a 4-2-2 and you want to go Soler and Chapman for what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they're just that cheap. You can get to better guys. Not much else is standing out here.
Yep. Got home runs.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Corbin Carroll, Juan Soto, and Wyatt Langford home run calls for today.
For that, I'm gonna go Muncy, Ryan McMahon, and Josh Bell.
We each got
With
one
a,
yesterday.
yeah, hopefully we can keep that going. That's the only thing that was somewhat worthy of speaking about yesterday. Thanks, Charlie Morton.
I almost did that stupid ass tweet where it's like I broke my TV in front of my family. The wife is taking the kids to a hotel because Charlie Morton got 17 fantasy points.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was. He was so close to just being all right, and then he blew it.
that should just about do it though, unless you got something else that we forgot to mention or anything.
Nope. Going to tail our lineup, just make sure to check out our fan bases page. We'll put it up there about 15 minutes before lock. And make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already.